like professional, like training to do music for 25, 26 years. Things for me, like I was, we were in high school, man. We were playing football, and I was real focused on playing football for a while, and I got injured in September of my senior year, and I got hit in the kidney, and the doctor came out and he was like, yo, basically like they did a CAT scan and found out that I only had one kidney. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, yo, if blood would have formed between the wall of my back and my kidney would have ruptured and I would have died. And I was like, dog. And I remember talking to my math teacher, Miss Blackwell, and she said this to me. I'll never forget this. She says, maybe that's a sign that you're supposed to be doing something else with your life. Yeah, right on. So the name of the new album is BeatNam. It's self-titled, and you know we chose that because we wanted to take this opportunity to kind of reintroduce ourselves to our fans and to people who don't know us. You know what I mean? Who might have heard about us but don't really know much. They might not have heard the first two albums, etc.
Or even if they did, it's just
it's a fresh start. Yeah, it's a fresh start.
It's the first album that me and him have done. Just me and him.
Yeah, there's a couple of features on the album.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, before when we did,
reintroduce ourselves to, you know what I mean, the music community around us. So, I mean, this record right here, this album, is like I'm extremely excited about. Primarily because of the amount of maturity that's in the album. Because as an artist, like, you know, we look back on like the R album and even Kings Amongst Kings, but like we look back on the R album and we're like, man, you know, musically, production wise, we've matured so much significantly. You know what I mean? It's almost 10 years later. Like it's 8 years. That was 8 years ago.
Was it 8 years ago?
Yeah, man. It's 8 years ago. So, you know what I mean? You think about what happens in the span of 8 years. It's like, man, like
when did we do Kings Amongst Kings?
Kings Amongst Kings was 6 years ago.
I'm glad we waited.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad
we didn't put this album out too quick because it's like it gives the time, all that shit. It gives all that other stuff time to breathe, rest, let the dust settle on that.
Slow
shit,
down the river,
and then let this one come out. This album is exciting because it's like I said, it's me and my brother, and it represents every single aspect of what we represent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing that kind of took this so long was that, you know, both of us were finishing up master's degrees and like trying to figure out what our next steps were individually and then also collectively, like what does it mean to be who we are, you know what I mean, you know, as, you know, having professional degrees in the fields that we're, you know, committed to in music and history, and then me going back into music. It's like, you know, having the time to have had perfect and hone those skills in the academic sense, but also having one foot in the actual communities that help kind of cultivate our musical talents. It's just kind of a unique experience, and like that's what this album really is. Expect some dope beats.
You can expect some hard hitting
beats. You can expect there's going to be a lot of like big records that are on the album, and I don't mean big as in like, you know, multi-platinum. I'm talking about like just when you press play, you're gonna just. The intros and everything like that, they're all well like kind of thought out and well composed, and you're gonna hear that, you're gonna feel that when you listen to to the records.
Like since we put out the the Kings Amongst Kings album, like the sound of music changed like so much within like 3 years. It changed like from 2000. When we put it out, 2008.
Yeah.
From 2008 to like now. I mean, even from 2008 to 2011. Or 2010, it changed like so much. You know what I'm saying? And so like now, where music is, where you know hip hop is, and
I mean, just in general, like the sound, the sounds that people use have changed.
I mean, I'm glad it took so long because
it aged like fine wine. I mean, I feel like you know, at the point where we're at right now, more confident than ever about what we're doing and stepping out on our own to kind of represent who we are to people. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool because we've had some opportunities to present the music to people in a way, and really, man, really indebted to the people who have been like steadfast fans and supporters of what we're doing, because we've had that in the last year or two. We've had the opportunity to kind of step out, test out some things, you know, come back and
You trying to get in the picture?
yeah. Go out and test out some things, and then like also retract some stuff and say, okay, well maybe we don't want to go that way, maybe we want to go this way. And so having those relationships with, I don't really like to call them fans, I like to call them friends, because it's like people are not like, it's like more than fans to me. Like, I consider people who support our music our friends, because they're a part of our process. You know what I'm saying? They're a part of the process with us. So, I mean, yeah. So that's that.